Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. As you can see by the title of this video, I'll be doing the long anticipated video of the top 10 guns in season 9, because since season a lot of guns have been buffed and a lot of guns have been nerfed, and also with the addition of the Gunsmith, a lot of guns from older seasons like the Type 25 and the MSMC have also come back into things. So this should be a very interesting list. And also I did make this list as diverse as possible, just so everyone could have a different set of options to use. So before we get into it, I want to say, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, be sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button with the post notifications to get notified every time I post a brand new Call of Duty mobile video. And also leave a like on this video if you want to see more videos regarding the Gunsmith. Alright, so the gun we actually have at number 10 is the DLQ. And ever since I have been making top 10 videos for each season, the DLQ has always been on my list. So the reason why the DLQ is actually this low for me, and it is right here, is because I haven't been seeing a lot of snipers being used in season, just because everyone has been testing the AR guns and the SMGs. But overall, the DLQ is a pretty solid gun, and if you can get a solid build for this in the Gunsmith, and I actually think that I'll go ahead and make one for it. So if you can get a solid build in the Gunsmith for the DLQ, then you should be absolutely good. The gun we have at number 9 is the HG40, and I have never had the HG40 on a list in my top 10 guns list. But however, since season, I always knew that the HG40 was the underrated gun, but I just never really looked at it. But since season, I have seen it being used a lot, and I've actually tried it myself, and trust me, like, to me, this and the Cordat right now are basically on the same level, the HG40. I don't know why I have it. The reason why it's actually so low on this list is because it's just so underrated that I couldn't even put any higher. But the HG40, like, the range is good, the damage is good, the damage per second is good, the fire rate is good, and everything, the iron sight, like, this is just the awesome gun overall. At number 8 we have the DRH, aka the Scar, and this gun was actually introduced last season, the season 8 battle pass, and it has been making its way up. It's getting very popular now. It is a 4-shot kill, and if you set up the attachments properly, it is a 3-shot kill. The fire rate on it is a bit slow, yes. With the damage that it does, the fire rate seems like nothing, because as I said, you only need about 3 to 4 shots to kill someone with the DRH, and these are not headshots, these are body shots. And I think that is the only gun that requires so little shots to kill someone. I mean, it is one of the fastest killing guns in the game right now. And even though this is so low on my list, it is one of the top 3 ARs right now in the game, in my opinion. And as you can see, I do have a build for it in my Gunsmith. At number 7 we have the ICR, and it's just like COD can't even make up their minds on what to do with the ICR, because like almost every season they touch the ICR. So last season I think they lowered the stability of the ICR, but however they increased the damage it does. But the ICR is one of the guns in the game right now with the lowest recoil. It has almost no recoil, especially if you don't use a scope on it, if you use the iron sight. And also but the range on the ICR is also very good, so it is definitely should be there in my opinion. This shreds every rank. This is one of the versatile guns that you can use in almost any map, any mode. If you can make a good ICR build, then trust me when I say you can basically search through the entire game, any lobby you go in. At number 6 we have the KRM, and as I said, I was trying to make this list as diverse as possible, so I wanted to throw a shotgun into it. And what other shotgun could I put in other than the KRM? And I have been hearing rumors that the firing rate of the KRM was nerfed by COD. However, I'm yet to actually see that. I haven't seen the patch notes for the update yet, but I'm not going to be saying that because I don't have any proof of it. At the end of last season, the KRM was my go-to gun. If anyone knew that, I would just get get aces on top of aces in search and destroy games. And this season it's even better with the addition of the gunsmith, because things like this now you can actually improve the reload speed, and you can also do something about the rate of fire. The KRM would obviously go up the list because last season I had this as my third best gun. Honestly, this is my third best gun. If you know how to use a shotgun properly, then you would be a beast with the KRM, trust me. Alright, so I guess we are now on to the top 5. So at number 5 we have the cordite, and at first I was actually gonna leave the cordite off this list, not because it's not a good gun anymore, but just because everyone knows how good the cordite is. So I'm like, why would I put it on the list? Even though it did get a slight nerf at the beginning of this season, it is still one of the top 3 SMGs. I wouldn't say it's like one of the top 3 guns overall in the game, but I don't think that nerf that it got was actually enough to kill the cordite overall. And if you get a good enough build for this with the gunsmith, as I said, for the ICR, then it should be a pretty decent gun. The rate of fire is still good. It still does pretty good damage, and also the rounds per mag is also very good. At number 4 we actually have the Rust 79U, and this is the first ever top 10 video that I've ever done, and the Rust is not either at first or second. However, the Rust did get touched by COD a bit. I mean, it's not anything too drastic or nothing, but with the gunsmith, as I said, a lot of guns would have been changed, and unfortunately some guns have just gone over the Rust in my opinion. But the Rust is still a pretty good gun. You'll always see me have a loadout with the Rust in my top 10 loadouts. Like in my loadout, I will always have a Rust loadout when playing COD Mobile. I will always have one because this is such a reliable gun, and it's very versatile as well. The reason why I had this so low, it was not because it had gone down, but actually because some guns have been doing better in my opinion. At number 3 we actually have the GKS, and the GKS did get a buff at the beginning of season 9, so a lot more people have been using it. And if you had been on my stream about 2 days ago, you would have seen me using my Rust Tactical Unicorn. Even though I didn't have any in-game audio and also my device was a bit hot, the GKS was absolutely shredding. Like, this is such a fast killing gun, and the rate of fire is super fast, along with it also has a decent amount of damage. So if you can get a good build for the GKS in the gunsmith, then you should be pretty good off. And I also think that I should be making a GKS build very soon. At number 2 we have the KN44/ the LK24, and for some reason I just couldn't decide between these two, so I just decided to put both of them at number 2. And they're basically the same gun. As I said, the only thing is the LK, in my opinion, is a bit more easy to control. The LK does have a harder iron sight to use, but that's if you know how to use it, then it's absolutely fine. But in my opinion, they're basically the same gun. They have almost close to the same stats. So if you are experienced with the gunsmith, then you can make each of these guns very overpowered. So they both do good at mid-range and at range, and they, as I said, they have pretty similar stats. I don't think I need to go in depth on why these guns are top 2, because that's obvious. And at number 1 we have the QQ9, and obviously the QQ9 would be number 1 on the list. I did say it back in season 8 that the QQ9 was gonna be the best gun in season 9, and I wasn't the only one who said it. Like, a lot of other creators also said that the QQ9 was gonna be the best gun in season 9. Almost every lobby you go into, half of the teams are using the QQ9. There are a lot of builds out there with the gunsmith for the QQ9. I did make one myself, and I think I'll put it in the cards right now so you can watch that if you already haven't watched it. As I said, the QQ9 had 2 problems for me last season. The recoil kind of had a kick, and also the mag was way too low because every time you killed someone you had to reload. So I now use the 45 round extended mag, and I did something about that kick. So now for me the QK9 is just absolutely insane. And I also want to say, guys, like, this was such a difficult gun. So many guns have actually came back into things. So you'd look at guns like the Type 25, the MSMC, the Razorback, and the PDW, and all those I want to add on the list, but this list was just so hard to make, and I just couldn't find any space for them. But like, almost every gun right now can be pretty solid if you get a solid gunsmith.